IP is the address of a device on a network. When you run ping google.com in your terminal, your system resolves the domain and shows you Google's IP address. The IP is where your data packets are sent. Without a correct IP address, data cannot reach the right server. Every website, server, and device on the internet has at least one IP address. All internet communication depends on IP. TCP provides reliable data transfer. When you log into your bank account or load most websites, TCP is being used. It ensures that data arrives completely and in the correct order. If a packet is lost, TCP resends it. That is why HTTP and HTTPS connections rely on TCP. Accuracy is more important than speed in these cases. UDP focuses on speed rather than reliability. When you watch a live stream or play an online multiplayer game, UDP is often used. Low latency is more important than perfect accuracy. If a packet is lost, UDP does not resend it. The stream or game continues without waiting. This makes UDP ideal for real-time applications. DNS translates domain names into IP addresses. When you type google.com into your browser, your computer first asks a DNS server for the IP address. The DNS server responds with the correct IP. Then your browser connects to that IP. Without DNS, you would have to remember numeric IP addresses for every website. DNS makes the internet user-friendly. DHCP automatically assigns IP addresses to devices. When you connect to Wi-Fi, your device immediately receives an IP address. You do not need to configure it manually. Your router usually runs the DHCP service at home. It also provides subnet mask and gateway information. DHCP makes network setup simple and automatic. A router connects different networks together. At home, your modem is usually also a router. When your computer sends data to the internet, it first goes to the router. The router forwards the data to your internet service provider. It decides the best path for outgoing traffic. Without a router, you cannot access the internet from your local network. A switch connects devices within the same local network. In an office, many computers may be connected to a single switch. When one computer sends data to another, the switch forwards it to the correct port. It does not send the data to every device. This reduces unnecessary traffic. Switches improve local network efficiency. A firewall protects a network from unwanted access. For example, if only port 443 is open on a server, other incoming ports can be blocked. Suspicious traffic is filtered out. Companies rely heavily on firewalls for security. Operating systems like Windows and Linux also include built-in firewalls. Firewalls help prevent unauthorized access. A MAC address is a unique hardware identifier. Devices in the same local network recognize each other using MAC addresses. If you run the ARP-A command, you can see IP to MAC mappings. Unlike IP addresses, MAC addresses usually do not change. They are assigned to network interfaces by the manufacturer. A port identifies a specific service on a device. A web server typically listens on port 80 or 443. SSH connections use port 22. When you visit localhost 3000, you are connecting to port 3000. Multiple services can run on the same IP using different ports. Ports allow systems to separate applications. A subnet divides a large network into smaller parts. For example, this represents a subnet. Large companies often assign different subnets to different departments. This reduces broadcast traffic. It also improves organization and security. Subnetting makes large networks manageable. A gateway is the exit point of a network. When your computer sends data to the internet, it forwards it to the default gateway. In most homes, the router acts as the gateway. You can view your gateway using ipconfig or ifconfig. Without a gateway, external communication is not possible. It connects your local network to the outside world. NAT allows multiple devices to share one public IP address. In a home network, all devices typically use private IP addresses. The router translates these private IPs into one public IP. From the internet's perspective, only one IP is visible. This conserves public IP addresses. It also adds a layer of security. A VLAN creates logical network separation. On the same physical switch, multiple VLANs can exist. For example, guest Wi-Fi can be placed in a separate VLAN. Guests cannot access the internal company network. Traffic is isolated logically. Businesses frequently use VLANs for security. A proxy server acts as an intermediary. In some companies, all internet traffic passes through a proxy. Administrators can monitor or restrict website access. A proxy can also hide the client's real IP address. Browsers allow manual proxy configuration. Proxies provide control and filtering. VPN encrypts your internet traffic. If you use public Wi-Fi in a cafe, a VPN protects your data. Your IP address appears different to websites. You can connect to servers in other countries. Remote employees often use VPNs to access company networks. VPNs improve privacy and security. ARP maps IP addresses to MAC addresses. When your device wants to communicate within a local network, it needs the target's MAC address. It sends a broadcast asking, "Who has this IP?" The correct device responds with its MAC address. After that, communication continues normally. ARP works only inside local networks. ICMP is used for network diagnostics. When you run pinggoogle.com, ICMP packets are sent. If the destination is unreachable, an ICMP error message is returned. Traceroute also relies on ICMP. It helps identify network problems. ICMP is essential for troubleshooting. A packet is a small unit of data. When you load a website, the content is divided into many packets. Each packet travels independently across the network. They may take different routes. At the destination, packets are reassembled. Modern internet communication is entirely packet-based. Bandwidth refers to data capacity. If you have a 100 megabits per second connection, you can transfer more data than with 10 megabits per second. Streaming 4K video requires high bandwidth. If many users share a connection, bandwidth becomes critical. Low bandwidth causes slow downloads and buffering. Higher bandwidth supports heavier traffic.